Hello. In these classes, I'm encouraging you all to cultivate a home practice, so I thought I would record this class in my home. So I have a small practice space, so I might be out of the camera sometimes when we stand up. And today's practice is focused on cooling fire. So if you feel like a fiery person, a competitive person, an impatient person, if you're feeling particularly stressed, this might be a good practice. We're encouraging ourselves in this practice to not be competitive with the poses. So let that be your intention, your mantra, to be in the postures without a sense of competitiveness, to enjoy and have fun in your practice. There's also citywide celebrations going on, so pardon the fireworks if there are any. We'll begin on our bellies in crocodile pose, stacking your hands and laying your forehead down. Immediately here, inviting in a sense of cooling down. Resist pushing away from the ground, and instead soften your elbows and your forearms, your head, your chest and your belly and your thighs and the tops of the feet. Feel your breath move, feel it move against the floor as you breathe in. As you breathe out, feel yourself widen and soften and let go. Starting our practice with a sense of rest. Take 5 breaths. And then lift your head and move your hands back underneath your shoulders. And on your next inhale, lift your head and chest and your hands. Continue to connect your belly on the floor and even look down, elongating the back of your neck and keeping your gaze soft and downward. And then bring your hands down and slowly lift yourself up. Keep the hips on the floor. Exhale, lower yourself towards the floor and touch your forehead as well. Inhale, start to lift the chest. And exhale, lower down, including your forehead. And do that 3 more times. Inhaling to lift and stretch the belly, and exhaling, lowering down, going inward. 2 more. Release your head down. Stretch your arms back and interlace your fingers. Stretch your shoulders. Keep the forehead and the legs down. Inhale. And exhale, release. Take your hands down by your sides, fingers facing back towards the feet, and lift just the legs. squeeze the legs and lift the legs. Lower your legs and lift your chest. Lifting the chest once again. Look down, stretch your hands back. Lower down. Bring your hands forward, bend the knees, and move your legs from side to side. Stretch your legs back, stretch your arms forward, and lift up more like a Superman pose. Slowly bend at the elbows and reach your arms back and maybe interlace your fingers and lift your chest for locust pose. Take a breath in and then exhale, release, and come into child's pose. You don't have to stretch your arms forward. In fact, you can have your hands stacked under the forehead again, and you can wiggle your hips as we began our practice with some back bending. Let the breath be not intense, calming breath. Lift your head and walk your hands over to the right and slowly lower your head back towards the floor. Stretching gently through the left side. Lift your head and walk over to the left. In these postures today, we're not going to be holding the postures infinitely long. We're going to be coming into them and not with any end point in mind, more exploratory. So lift your head and come back into center and make your way into tabletop. I'm going to remove my socks. Take a few rounds of cat and cow, arching and rounding and arching and rounding. Breathe through your nose. We're going to add a little bit of a flow here, so having yourself in tabletop, we'll tuck the toes under and come into cow pose and inhale. And as you exhale, push your hips back, your belly comes onto your thighs, your chin comes towards your chest. Inhale, come back forward into cow pose and tuck your toes under. And exhale, come into downward facing dog. And take an extra breath in and out. And then as you breathe in, lower your knees and come into cow pose. As you exhale, come into a child's pose, softening, cooling back. Inhale, shifting forward, back into cow and tucking your toes under. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in through your nose and out. Breathe in, cow. Breathe out, child's pose. Breathe in, cow pose, tuck your toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Two more, inhale, cow. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, cow. Tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take an extra breath. Breathe in, cow pose. Breathe out, child's pose. Breathe in, cow, tuck the toes. And breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Step your right foot in between your hands, lower the left knee. And come up for a low lunge. Reach your arms up. And breathe out, lean forward and send your arms back. And breathe in and lift your chest and straighten your front leg, lift your toes. And exhale, lower yourself towards the front leg, sending your hands back. Breathe in, lift your arms, bend the front knee, and exhale, come into a twist. Take a couple of breaths. We're going to do that one more time on this side. So sweep your arms up, low lunge. Exhale, lean forward and move your arms back, organic flowing. Inhale, send your arms up, straighten your right leg, lift your toes. Exhale, bow towards your leg, not worrying too much about the wobbles. Inhale, bend the knee and lift your arms. And exhale, we twist. Lower your left hand, lift your right arm. You can have your arm up towards the ceiling or even angled back some, opening up through your chest. And then we'll come into downward facing dog. Bring your hands down, step back, switch your sides. The left foot comes forward, right knee down, and lift your arms, low lunge. Exhale, lean forward, send your arms back. Inhale, sweep your arms up. At the same time, straighten your left leg, lift your toes. Exhale, bow towards your left leg. Inhale, bend the left knee, send your arms up. And exhale, lower the right hand and twist. 3 breaths. Push down through the right shoulder so that there's space between your shoulder and your ear. And on your next exhale, bring your hands down. And on your next inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, lean forward and send your arms back. And inhale, lift your arms and straighten your left leg. Turn the toes up. Exhale, bow towards your front leg. And then inhale, bend the knee and lift your arms. Exhale, right hand down, twist. And you can keep your left hand up, or you can extend it back. And then we'll come into downward facing dog. Bring your hands down and step yourself into downward facing dog. Cooling breath even in downward facing dog. If you like to, you can exhale out your mouth like you're blowing out a candle. And then walk your feet towards your hands towards your feet. You can meet in the middle of your mat. And we're going to come all the way up to standing. Reaching your arms up over your head and hands to heart. Pausing here, mountain pose. Feel a little coolness in your mind, in your nose. Softening. We're going to do a few half sun salutations, but with a lot of freedom here, and we're not going to put our hands on our body. So start to sweep your arms up. And as you exhale, any way you'd like to lower down. And as you inhale, lift your chest and send your arms back behind you. And exhale, bow towards your legs. And inhale, float yourself up. And exhale, bring your hands down by your side. Breathe in any way you'd like to. Lift your arms forward or out to the sides. Exhale, bow forward towards your legs. Inhale, lifting your chest away from your legs, sending your arms back. Exhale, bow. And inhale, sweep yourself up, maybe arms up to the side or forward. And exhale, bring your hands down to your sides or your heart. Inhale, breathe in, lift up. You can close your eyes. Exhale, bowing in, trying to squeeze your belly towards your thighs. Inhale, lift away. Arms reach back. Exhale, bow. And inhale, come up. And exhale, hands down by your side. Last time. Inhale. Exhale, let it be organic. Flow with your breath. Inhale, flatten your back. Exhale, bow. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Breathe in through your nose. Blow out a candle. Exhale. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, bring your hands to the floor and step into plank pose. Breathe in here. And exhale, lower to your belly. The option here is to come into cobra pose, pushing away from the floor. You can come into locust pose, interlacing your fingers, lifting your legs and head. Or you can come into bow pose, bending the knees and holding onto your feet or your ankles. Trying to hug the knees in, the heels close to each other. And then you can kick your feet into your hands, opening up, deep back bend. Maybe even rock a little bit. Massage the belly. Go ahead and release. Come into child's pose. Release your low back. It can be the same child's pose we did in the beginning. Resting your forehead on your stacked hands. So we're going to take a pause seated. And if there is something that you enjoy sitting on, a blanket or a block or a pillow, you can support your seat. We'll sit for a few minutes. As soon as you find your comfortable seat, you can close your eyes and drop your chin very slightly. Still keeping the chest relatively open and lifted. Relax your head. Notice the quality of your breath in your practice after practicing for a few minutes. And we're going to place the peace fingers of your right hand on your forehead and close the right nostril and take a breath in only through the left nostril. And then at the top of your inhale, close your left nostril and release the right and exhale at the right. And we'll repeat that a few times. As you breathe in with the left side open. As you exhale, close the left, open the right, and exhale. Close the right and open the left and inhale. Close the left and open the right and exhale. Breathe in through the left and breathe out through the right. Continue for a few rounds. Inhale left and exhale right. Continuing, most importantly, at your own pace and lung capacity. The breath is a very individual thing, so please follow your own lung capacity, your own guide. Breathing until you feel full and then breathing out through the right. And taking 5 more rounds. Last one. After your exhale, release your right hand as well. Breathe through your nose. Cool breath in, warm breath out. Feel the temperature of your breath. Feel both nostrils receiving the breath. And then open your eyes. Come down off your block or pillow or blanket if you're on one. Extend your legs. Bring the right foot in and hug the shin. Lift your chest. And we're going to fold towards the left leg. So for some of us, it's a little better in the posture to move the foot out to the side so that we can reach the foot. You can do that if you want, or you can keep the foot a little closer and reach towards the left foot, calf, ankle, or foot. Try to hug your right knee in and drop your chin towards your chest. Take 3 deep breaths. And we'll slowly lift the chin and release the posture. Extend the right leg, switch your sides. Left foot in, hug the knee for a moment and lift up. Lift up not through your chin, but through the top of your head. And then we're going to fold forward. So if it serves you to move your foot out to the side, do that again. Fold towards your right leg. Hug the left knee in. And drop your chin. And take 2 breaths. And slowly lift your chin, release your leg, extend through both legs, and move your hips slightly forward and come down onto your back. Place your feet down. Let the back of your head touch the mat. Press into your feet and lift your hips. Come into bridge pose. You can, if you have a block, place a block under your sacrum, or you can stay in the more active variation of this for 5 breaths. Slowly release down after the 5th breath. We're going to come into shoulder stand. So this is a really incredible posture to cool the body. If for some reason, neck injury, menstrual cycle, any reason that you don't want to do shoulder stand, you can lay on your back with your legs up in the air. Less than 90 degrees so that your low back touches the ground. If you'd like to come into shoulder stand, swing yourself towards plow pose. Situate your hands on your back, and maybe one at a time or both at the same time, lift your legs. We'll be here for 1 minute. Feel the blood moving out of your legs towards your heart. Look towards your toes. Honor the natural curve in your neck. Two breaths more. To come out of this posture, slowly lower your legs. Release your hands. Put your feet on the ground. Lift your hips only enough to slide your hands under your hips. Lower your hips back down so your booty's resting on your hands. Extend your legs. Start to push down through your elbows and forearms and lift your chest, fish pose. Slowly release. Place your feet on the ground. Release your hands. Lift your feet and come into a supine twist. Let your knees fall over to one side. You can use the support of anything you want underneath the right leg or in between your legs. As you twist, gradually be turning your chest towards the ceiling. Breathe through your nose. 3 breaths. And then come to center, legs up, then situate yourself for the twist on the other side. Let your knees fall over to the side, over to the left. They don't have to touch the ground. But if they don't easily touch the ground, maybe use some support to ease that transition. A pillow under the legs or in between the knees is quite helpful for the opening of your chest, for the unwinding of your spine. Breathe here. And then come back to center. We'll place the feet on the floor and use your feet to lift your hips and align your spine. And we'll take one more posture here. We'll come into butterfly. So the feet are together and the knees gently fall apart. And your hands can be on your belly. Feel this restful posture, this coolness throughout your body, throughout your practice, and in your minds. And for the last several breaths here, we'll elongate the exhale. So breathe in and count to 4. And breathe out and count to 8. So breathe in, counting to yourself, filling up 1 to 4. And as you breathe out, counting out to 8. Breathe in 4. And breathe out 8. counting to 4. And out, counting to 8. Take 5 more rounds. Please release any control of your breath. Let the breath be natural with no technique. And inhale and exhale. And then release your whole body. Extend through your legs. Turn your palms open. Let your body be at ease, at rest for these final moments of our practice today. Give yourself a nice big stretch. Reach your arms over your head and stretch out if you're laying down or if you're seated. Just stretch out and take a nice deep breath in and out. And then slowly make your way to seated if you're not there already, and we'll meet with our palms together for a moment of gratitude, bowing in towards our hearts, honoring ourselves and our practice and our efforts, and this idea of cooling, using our practice like alchemy, like magic. Thank you all so much. Namaste.